Hello, good morning. Today I'm going to interview again Josef Koeberl. Josef Koeberl has had the record of being under ice water for 2 hours and a half. It's a World Guinness record. And I did a previous interview with him speaking about uh, pain management and about how to setting goals, or how important it is to setting goals in order to keep moving forward. And also we work a little bit the pain management, and one tool that he used to work with, that is the anchor. Joseph did a couple of weeks ago another challenge in which he felt that he cannot going forward. He had to stop the challenge because his health was in danger. So today I'm going to interview him about this point, because I think it's very important in order to work with goals. One thing that I have been speaking with some of the people I'm modeling in, mostly in endurance sports, and I have been speaking with another coach and supervisors, is about the ecology of the goal. The ecology of the goal means that the goal is good for all the areas you are working with. For example, if you are going to do an endurance challenge, it means a lot of time of training. So is this good for your family lifestyle, for example? So this is very important. And one of the things, of course, is about health. It's good for your health. In endurance sports, one of the things I have been speaking with some of the elite sports people is that in some kind of way you have to bypass the brain signals of danger and pain. So basically, when you are doing endurance sports, ultra marathons, or as Josef Koeberl does, swimming or ice exposure, you have to bypass the brain signals of pain. And also the brain, when it's starting to see the energy consumption, it starts to give you signals of stop, you cannot do it anymore. You know, this inner dialogue that it comes when you have been running for a while, and you have to bypass this inner dialogue. You have to switch it off and carry on doing the exercise. So basically, one of the things that I have explored with the elite sports people in endurance is that there is a gap between the signals of danger from the brain, like the inner dialogue of, oh, you are tired, just give it up, why am I doing that? So danger, 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 your glucose levels are down, danger, danger, danger. There is a gap between this and the real danger. And in this gap is in which the endurance sports people work. You bypass this signal, you go during this gap. But the challenge is, if you bypass all these signals, when you are in the real danger zone, what's going on? So this is one of the things about the ecology that some of the supervisors that I have had exposed to me, and some of the conversations that I have had with the elite sports people, it has been involved about that. If you bypass the signals of danger in your brain and pain in your brain, in order to go to this big gap between the signals and the real danger, what is going on when you are in the real danger? In fact, there are some images. I will put a couple of videos down of some athletes, like the triathlon brothers here in the UK, for example, that you see one collapsing, or some people who are running long triathlons or ultra marathons, and their body is not responding anymore to the brain, and you can see that. And in for population, a lot of people say, wow, this is like superhero, like super determination, that it is. And sometimes it takes that in order to go to the finish line. But what if you are going on into a danger zone? So if your body is collapsing, it's because something in your body is telling you, that's it. So I think there could be a lot of controversy in that, but I think it's very, very important, the conversation that I'm going to have with Joseph, just because that he had the signals, he's used to bypass the signals of pain, and he's used to bypass the signals of danger. But he had the wisdom to say stop when he realized that his health was really, really, really in a danger situation. So I'm going to ask him about this moment and try to gather some information about how he does it. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy that.
No problem.
So thank you very much, Joseph, to have also time for the interview and speaking a little bit about your last challenge. Well, one of the things that we have been commenting is the background. Can you show the background where you did the challenge, the channel?
Yes. Hello, Rafael. Yes, the challenge what I did is you see the picture behind. So
It's
this
amazing.
is in Austria, in Tirol, on the Hintertuxer Gletscher. The area is called Natureispalast. It is in an altitude of 3,214 meters. And you see this tunnel is about 50 meters long. And the water temperature is below 0 degree. We had via my challenge minus 0.23 degree. So it was.
And how long was the distance?
So I tried to swim an ice mile. This is 1,609.3 meters in a water temperature below 5 degree. So this is would be a very special kind of ice mile. It's because no one in the world did an ice mile in fresh water below 0 degree. So this is also a special environment. There are no isotonic atoms inside the water, so this is the reason why the water is so cold. And in the end effect, yes,
it was then a world record attempt.
Yes, and I was swimming not the whole distance of 1,609.3 because in the end, my body shows me that even I want to swim only a few meters more, that would be my last meters. So yeah. I stopped in the end in a point on 1,511.5 meters. So it would be I missed only 100 meters to do the big world record. But I did another one, so it's no problem.
So one of the things I have done a little presentation before. I have
for me it was 11.5 meters. It took me 38 minutes. In that you can have a feeling what that means if you try to put your fingers in
it's getting frozen. It's cold.
It's perfect.
Yeah, has gotten frozen.
Yeah.
So how it was the challenge of being in the ice?
Yes, So I wanted to swim 1,609.3 meters. So this is the ice mile. And yes, the water temperature was below 0 degree, 0.23 degree. And that is really cold. And Kettle Lake behind, you see, is about 50 meters long. And that means I had to do 32 lengths and a little bit. And in a water temperature below 0, it's a long time. So I was swimming 38 minutes and 32 seconds, and I did only 1,511 meters and a half, and it was very hard, really hard. So in the beginning, when you swim, your fingers are hurting, your legs hurts, your brain is hurt, and you swim, and after a while, everything, you can't feel anything in your fingers, in your teeth, in your toes, and so yes. And after a while, another while, about 28 minutes around, then your body came back with the pain. And while you're swimming, you think you could scream the whole time because it hurts so much, and you don't know what to do against that pain. So I'm always working with emotional things, but in this case, I had no chance. So I had to be stable in the water, to work against the pain, but it was, I think, the only thing I ever did. And so the bad thing is to watch out if my body is healthy, and I should take all my my eyes on that. I had to be very sensible for that I will not do any meters too much. And so this was good. I was successful. I stopped after 1,511, and it was not too early, and it was not too late. So
not too late.
On the right moment.
So in as I was commenting before getting frozen, I have done an introduction about how important is that, because how close you were from the goal. You were very close to get the one.
Yes. So it was 98 meters to the goal. So very close.
So one of the things that I have been commenting is that working with endurance sports people, we have been speaking about that one of the strategies that all of you do is to bypass the signal of pain and bypass the signal of danger. But there is a point, because there is a gap between that the brain says you are in danger or there is a pain. There is a big gap until you are in the real danger zone. But what is going on? This is one of the questions that a lot of my supervisors ask me. What is going on when you are in the real danger zone? You know, because some people, because you are bypassing the signals of danger, go in a danger zone and they carry on and they collapse. Some people even die. So how do you realize after bypassing all these signals and getting so close of the goal to say no, my health is first, and maybe this will be my last mile if I carry on.
Yes.
So how do you do that?
The biggest reason is, I think, you have to be clever, and you have a lot of signals, and you have to do that like a checklist in the airplane, and check always all things if they're working, if that works, if your swim style is okay, more or less, if the pain is not too extreme, and if there are a few different kind of pain in your fingers. Okay, it's cold, and then you lost that pain, and afterwards the pain came back, but you feel it when your finger getting really frozen. It's another pain. And so you do that checklist all the time, and look how how you're doing, how your feeling is, and you train that also the whole time. I was training that. I did 3 world records in that week before. So no one was swimming 450 meters there. No one was swimming 1000 meters there. I did that then twice, 1000 meters. And yes, and I did always that checklist, go through that checklist and look how it's working, how I'm doing. And also you see how your body is reacting while the training. I was there for 8 days, and even every day the training was better, the climatization of the body in the cold getting better. And so, okay, but in the end, in the last 100 meters, I will change. I started with a speed of 142, around 142, the 100 meters. And the last 100 meters I did was 3 minutes. So, okay, speed goes down, and you know, your legs, when here you have the legs go down, and you see, okay, speed is gone. You are now fighting to do the last 100 meters, so the last 200 meters. And you know, when you came, I came back after the last 100 meters, and I had some problems while swimming, so I have to change my rhythm. I was crawling the whole time, but then the legs go down and also the whole body goes down, because you have to know, in salt water you lie very high and good, stable in the water. In fresh water you go a little bit more down, you are more in the water. And in this water you go again more down in the water, because you cannot swim so fine. It's another quality of water. It's thousands of years old, and it's not that quality. You should not drink it. There is no isotonic things inside, so you have another, you lay in another position on the water. And after the 100 meter, the last, I turned again and did that small 60 meters and came back, and then I finished. So there was a reason in my mind, okay, let's try the last 60 meters and then see if I can do another 100. And that was a good thing, because I could not do 100 more. And so I had also time in the 60 meters to realize that now it is working all around my life, because in the water it is not the end. So when you finished 1,500 or 1,600, it doesn't matter, then the extreme work starts, and this is the recovery. And you know, when you were in cold water or in a cold environment, when you're shivering, this is also very dangerous and very hard for your body. And so I thought about that and said, okay, now I had to stop now, because afterwards we will have a very, very bad recovery, and I will not go too hard in that dangerous area.
How important is that? And thinking about also about the recovery and in the long term. So one of the things that I realized is that you are also thinking in a long term, not just in the short term of getting the goal, but also if is getting the goal is going to be a problem in order to carry on later on after that, like in a recovery process. So this is I think this is very important. It reminds me, you know, Rafa Nadal, the tennis, he went to Wimbledon just because of that, because he said, I can go and I can challenge myself to get the other slam, but I know that my recovery is going to be very bad. So I prefer to stop, do a proper recovery, and maybe in the future try to do it again. You know, so this is very important, I think.
You know, the recovery starts. I went out and they took me out of the water, and so at the first 15 minutes I was not able to shiver. So that means my core body temperature was below 27 degrees, because if you're over 27 degrees, your body is shaking by himself. So the main thing was for my recovery team that they bring back my temperature to that point where I start to shiver. And they brought me back. You know, I was in the hole. The air temperature is 0 degrees inside. So there is no warm air to breathe, to get into your body. So you had to do everything from outside. So they put red light on my breast here, so that only here I get warm. Not the fingers, not the legs, only here. So everything have to start here. You get here warm, your heart gets warm, and your nervous system gets warm via your bones. So that's very important. And I got 100% oxygen, because in this area, while I was swimming, I had oxygen about 65% oxygen in my blood. So this is very less, and it's very dangerous. You should not have less than 80% while a longer term. So I had about 65%, and so I need 100% oxygen. That also my heart and the blood gets more energy, more oxygen to transport. Then, if I need the blood again to all the places where I need.
Yeah, the cells. Yes, yes.
So, and after 15 minutes, I started to shiver. So that was a very good sign.
15 minutes. So you were in 15 minutes in this zone in which the body was not able to save.
Yes. He could not shiver, and so he could not warm up by himself. So it was not possible. If you are in this area alone, so I think it would be very hard to survive. So I was absolutely in the dead zone.
Yes. Oof. Yes. So how important is? I think it's very interesting to have this kind of checklist in order to say, okay, I'm going to bypass the signals of pain and the signals of danger, and I'm going to go in a gap after these signals, to having some checklist, in order that if you are checking most of them, means that you must stop. So this is very important, and all these things are somatic things, are body things, no? That is telling you, the body is telling me to stop, the body is telling me to stop. And when there's a couple of things that you have checked, you must stop.
You know, this water is dangerous, or could be dead for the first step, when you do the first step inside. So it's very dangerous, and you have always to be sure that you're in the dead zone. You're in an environment who is absolutely not good to you. And that is also very important, that you train a lot in that area, because every time in every training it's different. And every time when you eat something, especially in the morning, or different to other days, that happened some bad situations, or is not good for you inside there. So you have to do everything every day in the same way, so that you have also the control over your whole body and mind. And you think, you know, I was every day up there in the mountain, in that hole, and every day in the morning when I started to go up, I had that really bad feeling. So, you know, when you go to a dentist, or when you go to I don't know, to a bad situation, you will not get any oxygen. You feel bad, you feel sick.
Yeah.
And that happened every day. And the last evening before I did that challenge, the whole crew was together, doctor and all the people for recovery and so on. And we speak about all the problems we could have. Also to that situation that I will be dead. So we speak about everything.
Yeah.
And next morning, I went down from my bedroom in the hotel, and I walked every day. I passed every day a mirror where I could see me, and I always say hi to myself in the mirror every day. And this morning, I watched that mirror, and I could not. I saw the picture of mine, but I can't believe that that's me. So I had another position in my body. I was more than a fighter. Has the body goes in front of that, and yes, I could not know. It was not me, I thought. So I went back and looked again if that's me, and it was me. And so I went up to the hill, and on this day, in no minute, I have this pain or this sickness feeling or this nervosity.
To be nervous.
And I was happy to do that, and I was not nervous, and it was a very special moment, special day for me also.
Yes, I guess so. There are a couple of things about that. One is to be nervous before this kind of challenge. It happened to me, and I have spoken also with fighters about this feeling, because when you go to a ring or somewhere where your physique is going to be, it's not that you are going to be tired, it's that you are exposing to a death, for example. Your body and your mind reacts like there is a physical response about that. And I always that I went to a ring, I had these feelings of nervousness, of fear, a little bit of fear, and carry on, meaning being part of the process. I say, okay, this is coming. It's going to be, for me was fear, like it's coming, the fear, but I'm going to go anyway. I'm going to perform. I'm going to do the job. I have been training, being very confident in the training. What you have said is very important. How important is the training, and training in the circumstances, in the situation, in the same environment in which you are doing the challenge, and also to think, and this is a tricky question in coaching as well, to think in the worst scenario possible, which is the worst situation possible that you can face. And in your situation is always like a life of the situation, like, because the kind of exposure that you do. So very interesting, that point of facing that this is the worst scenario. How can we avoid this scenario? And also this physical this feeling response of, I'm going to put in my life in a threatening situation, in a difficult situation. So this physical feeling of fighting against that, and being this feeling part of the process, part of the training, and being able to, even despite I have this feeling, I do it. This part is, I think, is very important. And also the physical response. There is some somatic expression. Sometimes it happens, some kind of somatic expressions of the emotional responses, and the fighting response for me is very, it's like to be like a fighter and go for it.
Yes.
And
you to go in the fight and do now the challenge and give everything. So it's similar to others.
Yeah. So one of the things that some people do, mostly in somatic coaching, is to train the body from this position, meaning going. This is very a part of the third generation of neuro-linguistic programming. Going in this position, feeling this feeling, and allow your body to get this posture, and from this posture, just face the challenge and get used to your body to get access to this posture. Like it's like an anchor, like the anchor of pain relief, but it's an anchor of facing the challenge. So it's a positive anchor in that kind of way for facing
completely.
So it's
so this is every day. It was because I did every day a world record in this week. So it was every day a challenge against my brain, and always a fight against that feeling, that sickness feeling, that feeling that I could die probably every day. And on the last day, it was gone, because now everything was clear, and let's do it.
Yes, very good. And basically, during this week, how many world records you have overcome during the week? How many?
Yes, three. Yes.
World records.
Because I started in that environment with 450 meters, did that twice, and then I did 1,000 meters. This I did also twice, and then the 1500. Yes.
So it's amazing, amazing. So very important this thing. So it's very interesting this kind of physical anchor that you can get and how you can overcome this feeling, and how this feeling is also part of the process. Meaning some people,
Yes.
it happens a lot in fighting sports. Some people, no, I don't have fear to go to the ring. But when you speak with the people who are facing like big fighters, and they tell you, well, the person who I got in front is like the world champion and is going to, you know, to punch me. So I of course I feel excited. I feel kind of fear, and I have to overcome that and perform. Even I have this feeling, you know. So it's very normal in this kind of challenge.
You know, when I trained all the weeks and I had that feeling, and on the last day I did not have the feeling, because I know that the recovery zone is perfect, as perfect it could be there, and the people are well known about all the things. So I have only my focus on what I have to do. To do is swim the world record and look for the checklist, and do not too much. So these are my main things I have to do. Everything will be done for me, and this makes you free to lay the focus on that, and then you can bring your best choice, your best work, and that's very important. Also, if you are in a business, so you know you cannot do everything by your own, so that's not possible. But give the things you are not able to do on specialists, and then lay the focus on that, what you really like to do, or what is your best, what can you do at the best, and then do it like the best man in the world. That you can do that in every kind of business or sport. So that's very important, I think.
Oh, very important.
And you're free of that all, and you know what's the reason are, what is the bad thing, what is the baddest thing you can have after your meeting or your competition. Then you are free. You are free. And the most important thing is have fun and be safe. And afterwards, you have to be healthy. And if you have that 3 points, yes, I know people have sometimes they have companies with 1,000, 2,000 people below him as worker. And one thing they go in the fourth side, could happen that all the people have no job anymore. But trust yourself and make all the points clear for you, and put the things you cannot do by side. Let them other people do who are very professional in that, and then lay your eyes on that, what you can do.
Very important. That will be like confidence in your training, confidence in your team. Very important. Very important.
Yes, the team is the most important thing. Not me. I'm only the swimmer, and I have the pain and everything. Yes, but the people around, they watch me. They give me the feeling that I can do it. They give me the feeling that they are safe in doing the things afterwards. They help me by the recovery, and they give me good emotion the whole time. And when I came to every turn, I saw in their eyes they are positive, and that's very important.
Yeah, very important.
You have in that hole 30 meters down in the ice, you have a warm situation. As cold it is, but you have to have a warm situation.
Yes, very important. It comes to me also in that what you are speaking, the F1, the cars driving races. You can see that the driver is very important, but the team, all the engineers that there are in there, they are fundamental.
You see it in the pit stop. A race can be won in the pit stop, or can be lost in the pit. So
very crazy. Important. Your recovery team, very important in that point of view, of course.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And the whole recovery took me 2 hours. After 2 hours, I can stand up. And put my socks on and change my clothes. And then I finished it. And one special, after I make the recovery and we went to the catcher bus, then a friend of mine said, oh, we wanted to go on a mountain also this weekend, and say, okay, let's do it. Let's go on the mountain. Let's climb up. And then we went up to a mountain, 3,280 meters, not much, but we ran up there because he was a mountain runner and I was a mountain runner too several years ago. But in this case, I had a so good recovery that I could run faster than him in 3,200 meters altitude.
Very important. Very important. Yeah, and so which are going to be the next challenge?
Oh, yes. So for me, I will swim a few races, small races in Austria, swim races, but I laid a focus on doing that ice mile again. I think this year, we will see when.
In 2021?
Yes. I want to do that 1,600 because now I know what I had to do more by the training and so on. You know, it was learning by doing and yeah, but in a hard situation. And probably if I find the right sponsors and the right place, I will do the ice challenge in that ice box again. And I wanted to see what's behind the 3 hours. I want to stand in the ice box, full submerged with ice to my shoulders in that box, and I want to see what's behind that 3 hours. So that might be for me a big challenge this year.
I will have the ice feeling. And another thing, in these places are kind of the glaciers that you are used to, that you spoke to me from Austria. I'm just waiting that the pandemic go to Austria with you and,
yes,
and see the glaciers. I like that, the places.
Yes, I make this year. I make 3 other workshops here. They're in September, October, and November. I will send you the direct data of that. It's the first is I think from the 9th September till the 12th September, and yeah, so there you can learn how it is to swim in such a cold environment, and the most important thing is that you are healthy. You need a certificate from a doctor, and then you do a little bit a cold shower, and then I train you that you can swim here in 3 days, one length of about 50 meters.
Perfect. I would love to do that.
Yes. It's fantastic. You will see. It's so impressive. This is not only this hole there. There are many holes, and we were watching everything on the first day via my workshop. You can see how impressive it is in such an environment and how sensible it is. Because if it's the nature gets warmer and warmer, this glacier will be all gone, and we will not can show the glacier our children. In Germany, they have at the moment 10 glaciers, and in 10 years there will be only one, because the temperature is such high in the mountains that everything is melting.
It's melting.
So, you know, the most thing 70% goes in the air from the glacier, and the other 30% goes down into the water. So that means all the people around who have to have that water because they have to drink it, that's gone, and these areas would be not good for a life there, because without water you cannot live there. And that's the reason why I'm also very lay my focus on it, that I show the people how we need that, how it is will be without, and I go with them into areas where the glacier is very frozen, not very frozen, very melting. So they see how the nature is working and how the heat is working against our humans.
Yes,
because the nature don't need the humans. We want to live here.
Yeah,
and
we need the nature, but the nature doesn't need us.
yes, for sure. And we destroy our nature, and that's very bad. And we had to think about every day, what can we do that will not destroy that.
Perfect. So I will go there and I will enjoy the glaciers, and let's try to keep them like they are,
Yes.
and even better, and let's
And
try
you
to
know,
keep the nature as better as possible.
yes, for sure. And you know, here where in the Cat Lake behind me, so you can make their photos and so on, and you can make there also a live interview inside there.
Oh,
Because yeah,
we
it's
will do
possible.
it.
Yes, it's possible. You know, there are no isotonic things inside, and that is the reason why you can make telephone calls 30 meters down in the ice.
Really?
Yes, and we have to try that.
We will try that.
Yes,
We
yes.
will do one.
I did that often with swimmers, and I make a live video, and they saw it, and it is fantastic for all the people that they can see that in the moment where we do that.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you very much, Joseph, for the interview. Very important. I take a lot of tips for the interview. I take the checklist for the safety to be in the safety zone. I take the to be able to manage your danger zone, to say enough is enough. Let's go to thinking the recovery. This is very important.
Yes.
I get the things of feeling nervous about the big challenge is normal when your life is on a threat, but also to be able to anchor in some way, in a somatic way, in your case,
Yes.
the overcome of the importance of the team supporting you, and the importance of nature.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Joseph.
I say thank you, and have a nice time, and be safe, and feel the cold.
Yeah, feel the cold.
Bye bye. See you.
Yeah.